Yeah, it's nice. I just wait until you get in. Of course.
Like it was the other day. That's
Well,
it.
I'm picking you up loud and clear, it seems. I pause my music.
Beautiful. I like how you spelled Benton's name. Bhutan.
Oh, I didn't even put the N. Fuck it up.
I also got to fight the urge not to look at Steam messages. Because, man, two PCs ruin you, man. So upset. So upset.
Yeah, he's trying to get in. Oh, right click on Benton, see if you can join on that.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Yeah, you're in. Join a cast, Always click on this thing. Yeah. Ben said, you ready? Mims, you ready?
Yeah,
Mims.
yeah, should be good.
Yeah, he good. Let's go. Oh shit, that's some fucking lag right there. We'll just pretend that I wasn't lagging. Way, we're off to the draft. Nice. So Flaming Marshmallows are picked to go for the dire sides after winning the coin toss. And I guess they also haven't decided their first bans. I can't remember what they were banning in the last series. I don't think I care. I don't think it matters. But they are already going to go into reserve time here. And they've decided to ban out a CK. Oh, they should. I'm quite surprised they banned out the Witch Doctor, but I'm guessing because they got first pick out of the gate, they do not want to give them the Witch Doctor, which most teams are picking their supports first. So fair enough banning the support there in the first phase. Oh, that's reserve time creeping up again. They're not sure. Pick your poison. Whatever you don't ban here, they are going to pick up in the first two. So it's time to get the Stalker.
We've seen plenty of them in the game, in the match so far, haven't we?
Yeah. Had really decent win rate overall.
But surely the CK and the Night Stalker are both just Vrogar's heroes.
I believe so, yeah. which is kind of odd that they'll ban them both out there. But yeah, it does leave the Spirit Break open. It leaves the Snapfire Laws open for the offlanes. And yeah, they decided to pick up the Spirit Breaker themselves, which is good. I don't think we've had any team double ban into deny picking a hero. I think we may have had that once with a Witch Doctor pick in the last series, but yeah, they seem fine. It lets a Viper through, and I mean, that can go kind of anywhere. But obviously, it wouldn't. I don't think it matters too much in games like these. Even if the Viper goes safe lane, so that Viper's pretty much free to go anywhere. If they draw something like a Timber to go in this off lane with the Spirit Breaker, the Viper might just take a safe lane
Only
roll
10
and dumps to the
seconds.
Timber. Or yeah, they've got a lot of room to maneuver with this hero. So
5 seconds
I don't think
remain.
it'll be punished the way it should if it were to go in non mid lanes. But it looks like Radiant are into
Oh
their reserve time as
no.
well. And they've just had to go for a Sand King, so they've definitely shown the Viper's not going to go in the off lane here. And I don't think they'll take the Sand King mid, so. But the Sand King could go 4 or 5 though. Pango ban. Yeah, fairly suitable. I mean, it's not too big of an issue for a Viper. Viper's strike does go through it, but in general, Pango is a big nuisance to deal with. He's someone who can roll into your towers, roll into team fights, and do what he wants. Even if he pays a bit with his HP, he's still going to get away with initiation. He's someone who can run in with the Spirit Breaker. Having two of those things kind of run in is not something they really want to deal with. So yeah, they banned out. Right now, last pick for the Breaker,
Dyer's ban.
possible lane partner, but no, they go for a Quap again. Fairly flexible, not really a safe laner. We've seen quite a bit of it in the previous patches as Quap 5s. I don't know if it happens in the lower MMRs, but Quap supports is a big nuisance just in general. It's something that can lane. I mean, I like it as a support, but I'm a huge
I
Quap player, so.
I absolutely hate Quap at the moment. Purely because whenever I play with my friend, he's adamant that Quap's still mid hero and then loses horribly and then we just lose.
I mean, Quap is a mid hero. Quap is a
No,
great mid, so I'm quite
no.
surprised. There's few matchups that this Quap in general loses to. I think SF's is probably a matchup that she'll struggle with. Coswex Invoker, because you can't really bully a Coswex Invoker out of the lane, even though he got nerfed a bit. But she's just one person that it's hard to shut her down, kind of like a Tinker, right? Like maybe if you can't kill him, sure, but nothing's going to stop her. If she gets a rune, she can kill most side lanes pretty effortlessly. Having a blink, having high nuke, high
Only
range nuke
10
damage as well.
seconds.
So as long as your lanes are pretty good, again, playing with a Spirit Breaker, she should have
5
absolutely no problem
seconds
killing a charge
remain.
target in the first 15 minutes of the
Dyer's
game.
ban.
And yeah, they're getting rid of a Jug, so yeah, more magic immune. They don't want this anyone to kind of skirt the Sand King and Viper damage, so maybe they might double down on it. Dire banning out the Faceless Void. Don't really want any hard lockdown.
10 seconds to pick.
I'm quite surprised at how many bans Void hasn't got. I know Void is in a pretty bad
5
space in this
seconds
patch, but
remain.
even in games like this, as long as the Void gets off enough farm and presses R, he's gonna win. He'll win the game for you.
I mean, even if he doesn't, surely if you just play a Void as like an early,
Radiant's
like
ban.
a pos 3, and it makes space, makes plays for you, and gives you
Dyer's ban.
your other carry time.
Yeah. A Void could be played alongside this Viper if they really wanted to. He could just run at people and set this Viper and Sankey up. Like, both teams can fight really well right now. Just Dire can fight just a bit sooner and with a lot less farm. And they're banning out the Troll. I think Troll's a sensible ban. Really strong
Only
lane, a
10
great 1v1er.
seconds.
Could deal with heroes like Ursus and Razors, or maybe
Radiant's
Razor not so much,
ban.
but get rid of the PL. Don't want any illusions, and get rid of a Deucer. They don't want to deal with anything tanky. They got a break and a cop so far, so maybe they really want to get some fast pickoffs and take the fights 5v4, which is a fairly viable tactic. Is whether they can execute is the big problem, though.
10
Hopefully
seconds to
the
pick.
comms are on point and spells aren't wasted, because using any
5
extra resources with
seconds.
heroes like
Hurry,
Quap, it can
hurry.
set you back quite a bit in fights. And Radiant going into their reserve for their very last ban, knowing
Radiant
fully well they
team
have to
pick.
pick straight afterwards, and they decide to ban out Phoenix. And Viper and Sand King are awful at dealing with Egg. And maybe one of them has a Phoenix player, but Phoenix usually does well as well. in the laning phase if they wanted to take Viper in a safe lane.
Only 10 seconds.
But I think the Viper and the Quap are kind of should be quite happy with the mid lane. The Viper's going to free farm
5
pretty well.
seconds. Hurry,
The Quap should be able to farm very decently. Does dominate the
Dire
Viper in
team
terms of
are
last hit,
picking.
but doesn't stand the best of chances in killing the Viper in comparison. Whereas the Viper has huge potential in killing the Quap if the Quap misplays. They've gone for a
Only 10
Treant protected
seconds.
defense. Now, I mean, Treant does a lot of things, but he doesn't do anything
5 seconds
particularly
remain.
extremely well. So one thing he does probably better than most is if you get an Orb of Venom, you can't just punch a lane out harder than most other heroes can punch out a lane.
He's good for
Your damage potential at 1 is massive.
dragging out games, heating up towers.
Yeah, it's true. Like,
And with the lags, you just get free vision.
Radiant team are now
I don't think we've seen an action on the trains and the scrims.
Like,
It would be nice to see it, but we'll be in for a long game though if we do see it.
what I like to do on Trent, and it annoys my carries, is buy an Ags, put a tree in every camp, and then just tap R.
Oh, and then kill all the
Yeah, you just kill all the creeps, and then
10 seconds to pick.
A Grimstroke, yeah. I'm pretty sure Flaming
5
Marshmallow have picked up
seconds
Grimstroke
remain.
most of their games. I think they're very comfortable. They quite like it. Grimstroke which pairs extremely well with heroes like Queen of Pain and Spirit Breaker. There's a nice combo with the Queen of Pain shard, the silence blinking, buys you enough time for the Ink Sword to go off, so it's pretty nice. A silence into a stun, into big nukes.
Dire team pick.
And a quick pick in return for a Slardar. And Slardar is just fantastic in general. Even if a Quap manages to jump him and get the silence off, like, for the most part, I don't think a Slardar ever cares. He can just turn and man fight and just stand there. Same with the Spirit Breaker. If you charge a Slardar and he doesn't immediately get exploded, then this Slardar is just going to pump.
Only 10 seconds.
yeah, and it's scary for
Melee strength
yeah,
heroes, though.
yeah, like you said, it's scary for a Queen of
5
Pain to blink
seconds.
onto a Slardar. Slardar has an Echo Saber, 2 hits, 3 hits. What? Oh, you're stunned. Oh, now you're double stunned. Oh,
Yeah,
now your armor's
this
down.
Quap
And
has to be terrified. Every time this Quap blinks in, she has to make sure she gets something done. Otherwise, a Sand King stun or a Slardar, anything, into a Viper, anything, into a Treant route, this Quap is going to have to really play on the edge of fights. Or just play really smart in general. Or make up the team has to make up for the deficiencies on the engage and cover the Queen of Pain.
I'm assuming they're hoping the Spirit Breaker will initiate, and then they put all the spells on the Spirit Breaker, and then Queen of Pain can clean up.
Yeah, let's see if they could do it. That's what they should do for sure. But running low on the last pick. Oh, here we go. A Wind Runner. No idea how I feel about that, but in general, Wind Ranger is pretty strong. Can do a lot of damage with very little items. Fairly reliable stun depending on who's playing it. But in terms of punishment-wise, Wind Ranger is I think a tier above heroes like Sand King and Treant and Viper in terms of with the same amount of net worth or the same amount of farmer experience. I just think a Wind Ranger can just do a bit more. Just versus these heroes, right? Sand King can't punch that hard. Wind Ranger win runs during either Treant route or Sand King stun. The Wind Ranger is pretty safe. Whereas the Sand King and the Treant don't have the same luxury if they get shackled.
No, I mean if the Grimstroke Salt links 2 people, Power Shot and Focus Fire is pretty horrid as well.
They should have a lot better synergy. I hope they pick their last hero as well. It synergizes with Grimstroke for the Dire team. This double Orchid from a Quap would be awesome, especially early on. Oh, reserve time. They do not have much reserve time left. Maybe they just don't care. They banned out Slark. Ursa's banned out. They just want to deal with the fickle carries. Makes sense. But you still got like annoying things like an AM in the pool, or Wraith King is still there, and it's quite a lot. You still got Seeker. Seeker got improved a decent amount, I'm pretty sure, in the last patch. Or was he the one that got nerfed? I can't even remember. Yeah, I decided to get rid of Ricky. I haven't seen a Ricky in my games in a very long time.
On whose side though? I think a Ricky on the side of Scrim Reapers is bad news because just gets charged all the time.
Yeah, he got banned out. So I was just yeah, I was surprised as well as that. But yeah, Wraith King was their ban up. I think that was fairly smart because they had the first pick out of the ban phase. So I think a Wraith King would be very good. Double Wraith Blasts and a Grimstroke just to start off fights. Like, I don't think with the way Scrim have drafted, they can't really afford to be jumped unless their positioning is really good, because they will get blown up very quickly. There's so many silences, so many stuns, and so much burst damage just coming out of it.
Oh,
They're trying to take a slow pace. Yeah, Razor's a great hero.
I like Razor.
Someone who Slaughter, it's just going to make it more difficult. At least now they have an answer if they get jumped. Razor's great, absolutely great, and will cuck this Slaughter horrendously.
Only 10 seconds.
But yeah, with an anti-mage.
Did they ruin your strategy?
I'm not really too surprised that Lockdown is actually really decent on the dire side, but again, it's going to take execution. If this AM manages to get a decent amount of farm, if any stuns are layered, any silences are layered, anything gets reflected, this AM's going to live. And this is a decent team for an AM to kill with both a Quap, a Grimstroke, and a Wind Ranger.
If
he does have some targets to block.
if AM pops counterspell on static link, does AM then gain damage?
Yes.
Ooh.
As long as he stays within the range, yep.
What happens when counterspell ends? So does it stay on?
No, it keeps going. Yeah, it keeps
okay.
going. It's a full cast. So some pretty weak lanes for the Scrim Reapers here on the Radiant side. Only Viper should be having like a good time. The Slaughter and the Train might be able to kill early on, but this Razor should be pretty fine. It should be mostly down to how they play it out. Check out some starting items. Wind Ranger has a stick. Not like this
Prepare
boys.
yourselves. We're nearly ready.
What else we got? Over Venom on the Spirit Breaker.
An early smoke with a Grimstroke.
Are they gonna use it? Are they grouping? They look like they're kind of grouping. Mids run out. Yep, Windlace on Slaughter. Over Venom on the Tree and Mass Regen.
Oh, the tips are coming out. The tips are coming out nice and early.
They've grouped up. I don't know why they've grouped up before the smoke though. Seems like an odd choice. They've opted into going for the aggressive bounty, which I really like. Wind Ranger should be pretty safe. And this should be a really good fight for Dire. It should be a charge into a link into a group. I mean, they could use their spells in any order. They should be easily able to kill a level 1 the Dire team. Radiant should be very, very aware of that. Again, this will come down to execution, and we've got two of them hiding in the Roche pit here. Oh, this is going to be a tasty bounty rune. Who's going to misplay? Queen of Pain opting to hold on to the rune. Both teams look like they're holding on to their runes. Runes wards or even observer wards are not being held here. And the horn goes off 5 seconds to the rune, and the engage starts. Spirit Breaker in the front. Oh, Trio manages to miss the fight though. With Nature's Grasp, and I think that may have cost him the first blood there, but the Slaughter traded out really heavily for HP, but does manage.
Oh, who's going to get there first?
And it's 3 barrier runes that goes towards the Radiant team.
What is going on?
Unhappy
Why
with
does
that.
my mouse keep going all the way over there? That's craziness. Oh, right. That's the thing.
No mid lane. Oh, he put it really close to his tower. The Viper for his reserve wards. Viper doing fine on the last test, but struggling a bit with these first little waves. The Viper opted for heavy regen as well. Full set of tangos and south. Yeah, here there should be Viper should be queuing this cop like crazy. She wants to last out the tower, and she's gonna have to stand in range. Some free harass opportunities missed in the top lane. I don't think Slaughter's recovered fully from the amount of HP he lost. So he's still sitting a bit low, but early losses seem to be doing fine. But the Razor's a little bit behind, with the AM doing a tiny bit better. But we'll see in a minute or two how they measure up. Spirit Breaker doing fine, heavy regen on tangos, but no stats, just opportunity for the Orb of Venom and 17%. Yeah, well successfully done for the Dire safe lane. It looks like their lanes are playing pretty chill. I think really are pretty happy to keep it just relaxed at the first few levels. They'll be able to fight pretty well. Levels 3, 4 onwards. In the mid lane, what are these runes called actually? War runes. They're straight up called war runes, but yeah. Already regen picked on the cop. And a sentry ball and a very quick D-ward. Surprised I actually saw that. Just saw it on just the clip out. But yeah, here, I was kind of hoping the Viper would just push the lane, just auto attack his lane in, force it to go under the tower, force his cop to deal with even more lost hits, and then Q her the whole time, right? Q doesn't take tower aggro, yeah, just run her out. Yeah, that's what should happen. Should be very little risk to the Viper. But I'm curious to see what the Viper's queued up for wand. Opting for stick. I don't know, I think that might be a bad choice considering how much this quap isn't actually casting. The AM slightly further ahead on the Razor. I think that the AM has a much better time here. They can, yeah, definitely kill the Spirit Breaker a lot easier than the Spirit Breaker can kill them. And Spirit Breaker's run out of mana, so less right-click damage, but more than enough to kill him.
First blood.
All the Venom lingering from the Treant Protector, helping secure the run out. And first blood pretty late. Razor's getting gone on the top lane. They managed to take half his HP, but they both lose quite a decent amount beforehand, so Grimstroke all his spells on cooldown. I think, yeah, if they just salve off here, they can just run back in as soon as possible, really. And this Razor, I don't think has enough HP, no boots yet on the Razor. Both these guys have boots. They should run now. They should just take this opportunity. Forget these 3 creeps. This Razor is very weak. He supports left the lane, and stun goes out. But no, I think a bit of miscommunication there. Sala could have, if he just had one extra hit there, that last hit there would have stunned, and they easily could have run him down. And let's check the Razor's progress. Is Razor getting boots next? I think he's got his boots coming out to him, is that right?
Yeah, he's got his courier coming out to him, yeah.
I mean, they do have the next minute. They could kill him just before this courier gets here. They do have time, but Sankey's opted to go for his value runes. I think mid wants a bot, which is fair enough. I think bot was more of a preferential thing. Yeah, Cobb manages to still actually hold on to the regen from laning and picks up an early bottle. I think this might have been a bit too heavy on the regen. I think I would have preferred to see maybe with one other stat item that comes up. I think the one thing Cobb can't do is hard man fight the Viper, but while the Viper is dealing with the creep wave, the Cobb should definitely invest all our ability then when the Viper isn't fighting back, because the Viper can't fight the Cobb while dealing with the creep wave. So
how do you feel about the Grimstroke and the Razor picking up 6 tangos each at the beginning of the game? I think this patch is odd.
In general, like a support should only really get 1 tangos and a salve, like at the most, and that's only because you're going to give it to your lane. But as the carry, you should just pretty much just settle with 1 tango, unless you know you're going to be in a really hard lane. But as a Razor with a ranged Grim, you're in a pretty safe place to lane. And again, with bounty gold, if you're really unsure, you can use that, but you shouldn't be running to lane with like minimal stats. It's just a rookie thing. You're always better off buying more stats at the start and then waiting to buy your regen. You'll never be too sure.
Sanking.
And the Grimstroke just finishes the Q and missed the shot on it. But it looks like the safe lane is actually doing pretty fine. Yeah, this AM doesn't look like he's having like the worst time on last. He's just a bit behind the Razor now, but his lane's pretty tame. He's still got decent regen. Finished the Ring of Health. But yeah, this Queen of Pain is actually it's not as far behind of the Viper that I would have thought, and they managed to kill the Slardar on the top lane. I guess he overextended and extended all the mana. And again, why am I still seeing full wands being bought before boots in 2021, people? Glitch. This is nonsense. Complete nonsense. The raindrop picks up on the mid lane, just wants some extra sustain. Yeah, this Cop's, I think this Cop's laning should be done now. There's no way this Cop should can sit in this mid lane at all. I think this, she might have made a slight mistake here, scaling the extra rank in Q. Really, Q is used to bully, and in this lane you just can't really bully the Viper. You could choose to take the playstyle of doing it, but I think it comes at a great cost. If you rank your E a lot slower, your farm potential is just way lower. Way lower. Your burst is just way lower in general. But yeah, I kind of wish the Viper would not allow him to farm so freely though. But oh, some sneaky shenanigans from the Spirit Breaker, sitting with an Orb of Corrosion and no boots, waiting for a gank in the mid lane. But Viper does have 1000 HP, and this Quap has no bottle charges, so I think if this Quap gets ulted at any point, even if they jump this Viper, this Quap's in trouble. And Treads pick up, and on the top lane, the Slardar goes down again to the Inkswell combo and the Static Link, and they're gonna have to rethink how they take this lane. Maybe they should spend a bit more time trying to find this no boot support in the jungle, just pulling all the time.
Oh, Viper's found Spirit Breaker. Spirit Breaker TP's away.
As expected, there's nothing you can do in picking up this Invis rune. He knows that the Quap is D-warded mid, so he should know that she will see him. Maybe he just goes for one free Q. He just wanted to deny. No, he held it. Maybe she was out of range, I'm not sure. But the charge goes out. And he shouldn't miss the last. Yeah, good. There's no reason to hold on to the Invis rune. Just a good deny, and again, no more regen for this Quap. She's going to have to wait another 20 seconds to get the bounty runes to spawn on the every 3-minute mark, and yeah, the barrows. Oh, she actually blinks forward, but cooldown on the Viper strike, and I think it's still a good time to turn on the Quap, but he decides to bury onto the Spirit Breaker. I guess it's not a terrible choice. They managed to get full duration stun because the Bulldoze just about runs out, and yeah, they get a cleanup kill for that. I guess that turns out pretty nicely. It's unfortunate how Bulldoze lost the first rank. It's just 8 seconds of a rank. I guess he popped it early.
And there's apparently no one in this safe lane or off lane contesting Toffee.
Yeah, that's I'm sure. That's actually really surprising. Yeah, he's definitely enjoying the free farm.
Oh, did we? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Trent killed him. Killed Winrunner.
Nice. Right, that's top lane. I think these guys are really. They should have realized anyway. They have to buy their time for 6 and slaughter the Razor with Amp and Epi. Or trying to find this Grimstroke, but Grimstroke isn't there. Grimstroke's stuck in mid while the Quap gets there, so we just got 2 people kind of sitting and dancing under dire vision. This Razor feels pretty safe. He's got decent vision on him. There's no fear of gank, and bot lane, both Spirit Breaker and Windrunner are looking for, I imagine, the Treant, but the Grim's actually going to get vision on it. I mean, this might be the charge that comes out, but the Grim's actually turned and got silence and isn't able to cast his spells, and they should be able to get the Treant hit for free, but it's going to come at a big cost there. Spirit Breaker should die for this, but a TP from Sanky coming in to cancel the TP. The Spirit Breaker's going to come out, so he doesn't have to be too upset about that. He is a Spirit Breaker, so he's just going to charge out, and when he dies, he gets a free TP. So it's not the worst of all things, but he is another kill to the mid lane a bit. It does give this Cop a bit more space to get some loss in this mid. Charge in the bot lane. Got the Grimstroke ready. He managed to blink before the charge impacts, and again, this Nature's Grasp really off the mark. He needs to take his time with it. His misses are going to cost the player on in the game, and it's not to get the most out of it. But he manages the Grimstroke all onto the AM, and only manages to double up the Queen of Pain. Ulti goes at him just about. The Living Arm is keeping the Slardar off stun just in range. And he manages to just hand magic because his last act before he dies, and Sanky's going to walk in for an extra stun. Go for the Epicenter, a really low HP with the Void to kind of help out, but the damage is going to tick through. But the aim didn't stand into to right click. I think if instead of going in just to ulti and he just right clicked, I think he does enough. This Spirit Breaker has enough mana for him to kill him after right clicks. But I don't think he should be afraid. The squad is ultra maxed the Q, and it's a really low projectile speed. This should be very easy for the aim to reflect. But, no,
But then,
it's obviously a bit safer.
when was the last time you saw this player or Toffee play anti-mage? I don't think I've ever seen him play anti-mage.
I've coached him a few times on it, but just in general, Toffee's a bit more puss. He would rather not try and push the bow out in general, just as a playstyle. So whether that's a strength or a weakness, only his teams or his opponents will be able to say. But Grim managed to put up a sneaky ward. I don't think it gets caught just out of range of the sentry, and a stack that the Trian is going to pick up. Actually pretty rich for a support at 12 minutes, managed to finish the arcane boots, got Venom sitting with 400 gold in the bank. He's not too displeased, but the Spirit Breaker's coming in, and if he tanks this creep over a bit too much longer, he's going to go down from 750 HP to 610 HP, and they still haven't started hitting him yet. 590, and they've decided to run him with full vision. The Shackle misses, can't get a heal off the group stroke. Silence comes in and gets a Viper TP in return, and Bulldoze isn't used. He's going to have to Mana Void to break the TP, and yep, he does Mana Void to break it. Spirit Breaker does not get away with the cheeky TP this time around. Yeah, we got two heroes here in the top lane against the Razor. This Razor should be punished pretty heavily. Like all the heroes from Dire showed up. This should be an easy amp into diving this tower. I think maybe they're waiting for the epicenter just to guarantee it. But this Razor does has 1500 HP and a Yasha, so maybe not the easiest kill. But I think these two have more than enough damage to deal with them. But the Queen of Pain, does she actually manage to snipe the bounty there? No, she does. Queen of Pain managing to get to about 10 and a quarter, while the Viper is 11 and a half. So the gap is big, but I mean, I think it should have been bigger. I'm quite going for the straight Orchid after a ball. I quite like this build on each battle. Treads knowledge, ball Orchid. I think this is a great Orchid game. Just hopefully she'll go for the
Johnny
running at this aim as soon as possible. And top lane, he managed to get picked off by himself. I think it's Sarge jungling in the meantime.
I think Spirit Breaker charged him whilst he was in or just after he went in Sandstorm, so he thought he was safe.
Yeah. Solo's close to Blink, so I think she wanted to get that out in a more safe condition. And yeah, he should just be looking for this art. I wish his Viper was super thirsting for an art. I'm a huge fan of getting a win lace on Viper just in general. I'm guessing here because of I don't usually get one time open. I have a slot freer, but I wish he played a bit more forward. Maybe he's a bit afraid of feeding a lead. In case a Spirit Breaker +1 comes mid, there's definitely a possibility. So then the tribes are finally starting to come out and charge back on the top lane again. This Slardar should be super dead, super dead. Good Nature's Grab manages to catch them both, and ulties him under the tower. Graced on through to the group stroke, 100% dead. Whether they can get the raise afterwards, the TP comes in, the Blink finally finishing the Slardar, manages to really engage and turn that into 2 for nothing. And I mean, they've got 4 of their heroes here, so this tower should, I hope they put some resources into diving this tower. They have 3 strength heroes with a lot of HP between them, just dive. There should be nothing if it's done. Commendable effort, actually. He goes off very little knowledge there, but he should. That Shackle was a bit of a misplay there, giving him more than enough time. And the slow's going to come in, but the Trian just too far behind again. I think this is miscommunication. It was only the Slardar and the SK that ran forwards, but the Viper's pretty happy with this. No one cares about the rest. I think the Viper can just stand in that fight, but the Quap should be coming in, but Quap's chilling. She's just bot lane. I think the Viper's just going to get clean now. That's a bit unfortunate. Atos just picked up. I think that was a huge miscommunication. The Trin was far too behind. All of them were together at the point of engage. Yeah. Siege units are off, so this Quap might be able to actually put a fat dent in this mid tower. And bot lane should be good as well for the aim to push it out. He should have completed his thing, right? There should be. Yeah, Curve's completed about 16 minutes. Yeah, not bad time for Battlefield, doing decent on last hits. Hasn't fed anything as far as I know. No, 202.
So I've got a weird bug at the moment in Dota.
Okay.
I can't. It won't let me edge pan.
Won't let me edge pan. Oh, it says it should bait. The Quap actually blinks in, gets root on the tower. A bit of a premature root there, but the Atos on top of it. And the Cop should 100% go down here. Yeah, it's just one thing. You can't be really blinking for the most part. You're only going to have one blink on a Cop, and it's a huge cooldown. 12 seconds start. So yeah, since she blinked in, realistically, there's no need to root for quite a while. But keeping Darren in the middle of focus much easier. So she should now be aware that there is a lot of counter engage on the Radiant team if she misplays like that, just to go for a sanking. He is not their only lockdown, so
Radiant's top tower is under
focus
siege.
fire using the aim bottom. He doesn't seem too phased. He's pretty happy with his Battle Fury.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
And Swin Range is going straight Ags, not opting in for Harpoon or anything actually as a wind up, just hard queuing for the Ags. Interesting. Oh, they changed it, right? Yeah, her Windrun can't. No one can break cap movement speed anymore, apart from a few heroes. I think it's only Seeker, right? Sakuchi no longer does it. Her Windrun no longer does it, and it's a gank bot lane. And he actually goes for a defensive blink, smelling there's something wrong, seeing it under his rune there. So yeah, he probably rune's under his wards. He's pretty happy about that. He blinks his safety, but I think they could have just jumped him. To be honest, 3 of them there. Quap, Spirit Breaker, and a Windrunner. Shaco, if you blink in here, I mean, this is just the freest shackle of your life. But Solid's gonna get seen walking up the high ground slope here, and yeah, they've definitely taken over all of this area, and they're gonna just trade tier 1s. And neither team opting to fort. There we go, Radiant Fort comes through, so yeah, and Dire fort in return, but realistically, the Radiant should defend this. The Radiant are a much better decision. Got blink on the slaughter, but yeah, decided just to trade 1 for 1. No charges going out quite at the moment.
'Tis mine.
I think this would be the worst game in the world for this Viper to get a pipe.
Is under siege. Radiant's bottom tower under fire.
But yeah, now they're moving on to tier 2 here, and they're really far out, and there seems to be no response yet from Radiant. But yeah, you should run them out. You've got a TP coming on that shrine. This Viper had no idea that those people here. These people bot lane should have covered that just in case. Then they're just gonna walk out for free. It's quite passive play actually, just as a whole. I think after the charges that the Spirit Breaker's been doing, they've not had the cleanest engages with the easiest of and the freest of kills, so maybe they're playing a bit reserved.
No. Who do you feel has got the late game? I feel Radiant have got the late game. Like if this goes 40 minutes, I think.
I think the aim should be able to, yeah, I agree, should be able to carry it. Just innately who he is, the players that we have. If everyone presses all their buttons at least moderately in the right order and stuff, yeah, the aim should absolutely destroy people. But it doesn't look like Dire have yet to gather up as a 5-man and take an objective. They managed to take down the tier 1 bottom with 2 heroes, but maybe they are looking for... I mean, they should just look for a fight. Have all their ultis up, but yeah, Quad blinks in. Again, a bit of a premature ATOS there, but I don't think it matters too much. Again, when a Quad blinks in and gets clobbed by a Slava or ulti by a Viper, that Quad is not long for the world, but yeah, it's just a mana efficiency thing, right? It does mean, like, now, if this win rage does stay here, this win rage can get ATOS and ulti, but the ulti for Viper's not enough for a little bit. Yeah, well, again, I don't think AM cares. He's got space. His tower's still up at 20 minutes, so he has this tower that's able to keep his lane pushed out a bit more frequently. But smoke off from the Radiant team with just the 3 of them. The Sand King, Tree, and the Viper looking for a mid kill. There's no tower there in mid, so nothing to break the smoke here. Epi's gonna get pre-channeled into a blink here. Atos goes out. Really nicely chain done. Nature's Grasp on the top, along with the Viper Strike, and yeah, there is absolutely no saving for that. We're nowhere near close. Grimstroke opted for Ether Lens first. I don't really blame it, but again, with situations like that, there's no saves yet. This early on in the game. And this Quap really struggling actually, really still not got the Orchid at 21 minutes first time, so. Oh, she opted for the strength talent this game. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. I'm a fan of damage, but I think this is more a flavor thing and how well you're doing. Strength is definitely the much safer option. The longer you're alive, as long as you have mana, the more you're able to keep doing what your hero's meant to do, so I can understand the decision choice. I'm curious to whether this Quap will actually go for the shard immediately. I hope she does. It's not the best for stats, but she's picked strength, so she's a bit higher in stats than usual. And Radiant decided to TP people up here top, and this side of the Grimstroke gets caught by the Slardar. Manages to get the doubles out, but only once 2 silences is enough. The Slardar is going to fall, but the Viper is very healthy, and so is the AM. Viper actually manages to get gone by the Razor with full steel damage. She manages to suck the whole thing, but the AM is definitely going to manage to finish that kill on a double stun with the overgrowth. A massive overlap there, but it should be still okay-ish. Oh no, I think the win ranger may live because of the overlap.
To see you die.
Good bring forwards. Grass jets about misses. Stun should sandwich her in. She has phase boots, but yeah, she's not long for as well. Is no more
definitely making him work for it.
Yeah. There you go.
The wind should carry sand.
We have some sloppy spell uses. Maybe it might be worth keeping the Atos till the Razor actually stack fields. What is it called? Stack link? Stack link, yeah. Wait till the Razor stack link someone and then just Atos them. Then you guarantee a disengage for anyone on your team, not just yourself. So going for a free epi on the Grimstroke, the Steve warding.
Oh.
There's a pause.
A disappointment. My deepest.
Oh, you typed it before I could. Or do you have it copy and pasted?
No, I typed that, that's it. Alright, fuck it, let's look at what people have got. Wind Rangers finish off the Axe, then opted for the 4 stuff next, at least they've got some save to deal with the Atos combo. Grimstroke going for a Blink next. I don't think I could disagree more with that. I mean, you have a Quap, you have a Spirit Breaker, a Blink again is just to initiate.
What has Grimstroke currently got that will save her carries? No 4 staff, no Glimmer, no Lotus.
And this is a +5 as well, so like
no
usually Blink is usually fine on heroes like Shaman, Lion, anyone who insta disables, because this AM, like his nightmare is supports with farm. If they have a Blink and can instantly lock him down or start silencing, that's really good, but Grimstroke isn't a hero to do that. And if they're relying on the Grimstroke to do that, then there's something wrong with their battle plan. Now, yes, the Grimstroke can just jump in and the Phantom's Embrace. Yeah, Phantom's Embrace to silence the AM, but that's really not the kind of lockdown you're looking towards getting when you're running down an AM. But Orchid finished off on the Quap, she's just going straight for a big AB. She doesn't look like she's going for the shard. Just highly values the defensive power, which yeah, I don't blame her. This Viper is the biggest bane of her existence, along with any and all sanking damage. I don't think she's going to have to worry too much about Slardar. If the Slardar ever gets her, I don't think any items that she's going to have is really going to save her too much. But the Essence really definitely will. This also going for, he's going to stand actually, he's going for his shard. I quite like his shards. Because it's still on search, having 80% chance of attack, and also when targeted as well. Yeah, it's pretty decent. It's pretty decent. But they're also not looking towards getting any pipe or anything. There's no team items on anyone.
Trent's got his shard coming out, that's pretty decent. Is that what you just said? Sorry.
No, this is Razor that's going for his shard, but no, I didn't know it's Trent. I don't even know what his shard is.
It gives him invisible nature's guise, and then it roots upon when he comes out of a tree and attacks.
Oh, okay. Like the old school talent that you said, the punch root. And it looks like Dire group top, and I don't think it's a bad option for them to try and take this tower. They're actually pretty decent at poking a tower, and they have decent engage. Sentry going up, and they should be able to see this nature's. Oh no! Treant Protector gets a ward of the sentry. I mean, he should have seen them dewarding. He kind of just did it. Maybe he just hoped they wouldn't see him, but Pop managed just to catch him a little at the peripheral end. It looks like they're gonna go for a tier 2. Epicenter gets channeled. It goes in. Blink stun on 3, Epi on 3, and Viper Strike on top. But the BKB manages, and the Razor's gonna try and turn it, but is it gonna last long enough to get enough damage stolen? And the win range damage is actually doing enough to threaten the Slardar, but again another Viper Strike goes out, and this should be just a rundown. She's pretty low. Blink Star just out of range, and yeah, again, she still had focus fire up, so Atos goes out. Again, miscommunication, Bulldoze there, he wasn't sure whether to go for the wind ranger that they could see, and they managed to disengage and trade 2 for 2 with that. That's actually really decent for the die now. Yeah, the Quap died, but that run out, and they weren't quite sure who to chase or hit what. It did cost them 2 extra kills there. Those were kind of put down, and Spirit is already charging up. I think he's just getting out to lane. He might try and kill him. It's 800 HP, but why does he have minus? Oh, damn! The Shawl actually takes more than the Veil. Oh, Veil doesn't give armor anymore. So there you go. Decides to cancel the charge, and he's actually got for a really late mech into Greaves. I think he maybe just doesn't want to deal with the Quap Orchids, but I think his biggest problem that he's going to find silence-wise is the Phantom's Embrace, which you can't Greaves off. But yeah, maybe he just A-team item is better than none, to be honest. And Windranger managed to finish the 4-star off, and Grimstroke go for a blink into Shard. I mean, I don't think is the Shard the. I think so causes Seal Fort must have down and heal the target. I don't really know how I feel about that. I hear a shackle go off.
Fight bottom.
That's caught in the Dale. Oh no.
Oh.
Strike using the Slardar, and the Viper's actually gonna live there. Oh no, there's no peels. Viper doesn't have enough. The train is just way too far away. No glimmer, no train ulti. Viper goes down, and I think Viper's most of the damage, and the rest of the team should fall. In the meantime, the AM's taking the mid tier too, but his team do not look long for this well. The blink's gonna be up 1 second. Manages to blink through. They're still trying to find this tree. You should remember there's the Sentry Ops there. AM does get jump charges on him. He should have a feeling that they've hard disengaged him. He's manted really early here. I think he's just trying to break blinks here, but there's no mana left on the Slardar, so he should be fine. And yeah, he's more than safe enough distance away. He's managed to counterspell a bit early there, but yeah, nice.
Disappointment.
And he all chats as he should. He does manage to save the engage from the T2.
Oh, Johnny's gonna have to be careful here.
Oh no, he's walked forwards and
yeah.
That was a bit of a silly move. He did know all of Dire were chasing.
Radiant have fortified their towers.
And yeah, this is a smart idea. Just 4 is going to go down. Tier 1s are going to give you a new 4. Yeah, managed to get half of the tier 2 mid, so it's not terrible. But the Viper get caught out there. Maybe the Viper is going to pick up a defensive item, but it's deciding to go for a farm, go for the Glipnir finish for the Atos, consolidate the slots. But I think it's a better option here at this point to look at what did the most damage here in the last fight and IMI's for it. And the Hrogar manages to die at the bot lane, but there's no train ulti for another 10 seconds, and only the Nature Scarf gets used, and Atos combo doesn't quite get out, and they decide to just disengage off this. They get Grimstroke ulti. Oh, what is this ulti for actually? Soulbind. Paladin Sword managed to get pick up on the side along with a Titan Slip from Razor, so tier 3 neutrals are up at 28 minutes. It's 27 minutes, right? Am I wrong? Oh, it doesn't show it after it hits the time. Spurtbreak actually going for the Halberd. I think it's a decent choice. A solid close thing to a team but I still kind of wish someone went for the Pipeline team. There's a lot of magic damage coming out of the Radiant. And the AIM thinks he's pretty safe, so he's just opting in for the Monkey. He's not liking his Wind Rage at all. He's just like, I want to get on top of her and kill her. And he wants that to be one of his options. Blink stun in the middle lane, trying to go for the tier 1, an extra follow up and a double stun, and yep, this Quap absolutely drops. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. So I meant, like, that Quap died pretty much in a stun and a half, so you got even having a BKB there, that Quap still would have dropped. She was pretty much chain stun. You kind of have to get big items like a Linken's or a Hard Shivas that would just soak or just stop a ton of the damage incoming. So that's just something you have to outplay as a Quap. You can't really leave yourself that vulnerable to get a jump like that. Tier 1s, at this point in the game, 29 minutes, you can kill at any point, as long as the enemy team's dead, so it's pretty worth just letting them have the tower until you win the next fight. It's not the most valuable thing to have a TP out for the Radiant side, so... Slardar actually picked up the hood, but is he going to finish a pipe? He's opting for his Ags first as well. Veil picked up...
Tis mine.
First was Sanking, but I'm wondering he's going to go for the Yules next. I kind of hope he picks up a Wind Waker, so he has a hard save for his team as well. He's picked up the Viper. Maybe Viper will go fishing. It does have a ward on their side, but manages just to snipe the rune in their face. He's actually going to get it pretty far out, and that should not have happened. And when that happened under a dire vision, fully under dire vision of 4 heroes there. Is this charge not maxed? It is. Damn, that guy's actually pretty slow. I think a sensible pickup for the Sand King is this plate mill going into the Shiva. I don't think I would have minded a blade mill either, but either item is fine. Manages to blink it, but you can't escape Phantom. But he does escape it with the vision, with the spider legs. Oh, this Sand King should be absolutely unkillable with this combo. Stun through into the Roche, but a really good choice there. Unlucky with the first bash on the Roche. That was just. He did that perfectly, really. There's nothing else he could have done. It was just RNG. What's the Roche bash percentage? Let's have a look.
Roche hates me.
15. Pissed. 15% chance, yeah. Roche does hate you for sure. And he got double bash there, I think, so. Managed to trade out the SK for a Queen of Pain. It's not terrible, but the AM should be fine with this. The AM's doing really well up farm. They should be able to take a Roche off this. No quap there. I think the rest of these heroes can fight though into the pit. Razor does have the BKB. This Razor should be able to fight. You just gotta take him one by one. The Viper's gonna walk up to try and zone it. Maybe being a bit of a sacrificial lamp. It might be pretty worth it. This AM is very far ahead now. Let's have a look at the net worth. Yeah, absolutely miles ahead. I definitely think it's worth it. Smoke up right outside. They should have seen it though. They did smoke up outside the lane, and yeah, they're running. AM immediately breaks. He doesn't care. He's like, this is my farm. Let's just take the tower. These are free kills. The rest of the team's going to jump forwards to the slot. I might actually catch the Grimstroke. No, manages to find the Spirit Breaker, but probably the worst target they could have gone for, unfortunately. But he just happened to be what they are. And for some reason, there's a Wind Ranger standing in the mid lane between towers, but there we go. Same thing at tower. I was kind of hoping everyone else would be in a position to jump, but they're kind of clearing neutral as well. What are these clowns doing? Just hit the towers. The towers, boys. He's managed to lose half HP actually already, so there you go.
Oh, Shackle the creep. Oh, you hate to see it.
Trying to go for a Twitch clip, but yeah, the Grimstroke gets quiet. It's going to trade up to the slot now, but nowhere near enough to keep his physical down. Both Grogos on top. Might do a buyback from the Grimstroke and double buyback for the Spirit Breaker, but I don't think this is worth it. They kind of need a core to buyback with and fight with, so this is going to delay the Grimstroke's hilarious blink in the quick buy purchase by quite a while. And yeah, they're pretty alright there. There's no Aegis lost, and it was just a slaughter, but I think the slaughter just kind of wished he had the Axe Crush up there, but I don't even think that would have kept him up in a aggressive blink forwards into Glipner. Yeah, he realizes there's no cores alive. These are just 3 supports sitting there, and yep, I would happily.
Oh, Toffee's left there though. The team hasn't followed him in.
No, he's fine. He has an Aegis, he has Mantis.
Oh, yeah, Aegis, of course.
They have no hope of getting it, but let's see Mantis here and get shackled. He's pretty good, but the rest of his team, they can still dive. This Wind Ranger could have just died the same way she died the first time, but no, they're like, no, we took out a lot of buybacks from them recently, and we've given up an Aegis. They might just be happy to bank on that, which is fair. It's a much safer way to play. So, and there's still a tier 2 tower up in the bot lane that they can clean up. They have a long time now till the next Roshan, so they might just be happy to kill. Maybe Dire at this point should just pick up on the 1 or 2 of their smokes. They should have some smokes in store. Can I see? Oh, this is Radiant team. How do I see Dire's? There we go. Dire. Yeah, there's smoke. And Dire scan goes off, finds out there's someone in the jungle, but they didn't have good vision. But Dire's got their remaining orbs, and they decided to take it. And you can see the Sand King now appearing in the top lane.
Thank you, dude.
They know there can't be all of the Radiant team there.
I have no hats to give.
There's the tree, and so the best, there's 3 people here, and they've decided to
Thank
engage. Everyone else has showed up on the other sides, and will the AM Manta here and decide to fight? Or might actually die in the chain stun. Manages to blink all the way to the right. Really decent choice. Pressing all of his buttons. Viper's just got a man fight here actually, and just get out. I'll just stay here and take the sacrifice. Dog might be able to kill a Spirit Breaker. And might be able to kill a Quap actually. If he gets a few lucky clicks off here. Viper managed to Viper structured forward and is staying alive with the spell. Live still in the tree and managed to get there in time, but unfortunately stack link for the Sentry Dust Vision up. Grim does use the dust. No Glimmer saves, and ends up being a 3 for 2, considering the fight started off 3 on 1 realistically. Not too bad. Sanking was trying to make his way through the map after the fight started, but again, Sanking was at the top lane. He literally the other side of the map, so there's no way he was getting there in time. And maybe Dyra just a bit happy getting those kills on the board. Will give him a bit of net worth, but this AM is still very far ahead, and it's very close to death is, so he's opting into picking for the butterfly next. I don't mind this. It's not like a monkey pickup is going to come from anyone else in the team. Skady is what the Razor's looking for here. I don't really know how I feel about that.
Oh, thank you, man.
Kind of screwed.
I'm having tech
He
issues.
just needs to.
Like,
I think he should just buy items. They'll win him next fight.
These tech issues are killing me. That's why I'm being super quiet.
I think rather than looking for big ticket items, I think
like whenever I look left, it goes all the way left, and it's doing my head in.
I don't think the
But thank you, man.
will go
I hope you had fun on Baldur's Gate,
too
dude.
badly here, even though he's against an AM.
Bounty.
Do it, buddy.
You see it here bottom, like they can do a lot of damage just as long as they hit the CCs on him. I think Radiant are very happy. This mid lane tower for some reason is crazily still up, but I guess they are too shook to backdoor it. Yes, AM just solo sitting in. This sentry sees this ops, right? Oh my days. Is that a thing? I guess it doesn't see it. That's fucked up. He's pinging. Is he pinging? Just stay there? I don't know. This is Smoker from the Die team. Charge goes out. Goes onto the slot on mid. I don't think it's the best target. Manages to pre-blink it, but yeah, he's a Bugay. Epicenter channel, but he's on a bulldoze. The Spirit Breaker, the Corpse forced the BKB, the 8 will survive struck. The damage will still go through the air. Manages to come in after the blink, get a lucky bash. The Focus Fire goes into the Slaughter, but Slaughter actually will live if it's just the Wind Ranger hitting, and a really reckless Mana Boy is going on a half mana. Wind Ranger still manages to do a decent amount of damage, but a random shackle used on absolutely nobody. 3-man crush, the AM explode again on the BKB Razor. And oh, this is a complete mess. The stack league should still stay up, this Razor needs to run. And there should be no more buybacks. 3 buybacks are already used, and only the tree are dying out of all of that. And the rest of the team's still pretty healthy. I mean, the Solo should just walk up the hill and hit buildings here. There's only a Razor alive. Maybe he just doesn't want to be seen, so he can maybe jump and get a full team clear. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, they go for more than one lane of barracks, which they should. They can't really go for bottom because T2 is still up. But if they really want, they can pressure for an entry, but I think they're going to take it slow. They have done it beforehand, even with the buybacks when they could have pushed it. They have taken the less throwy option. Oh, he's there, feeding himself. He's got a butterfly. Nice, and he's smacking towers. This is what I like to see. End the game. End the game. Oh, was that shot? Viper shot? Yeah. Hit putting armor on towers. Pretty jokes. Oh, shot. Damn. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're even trying to defend here.
Hate to interrupt you, my dude, but weren't we supposed to help set up a game like 40 minutes ago?
Oh no, is this game finished? But,
no, I meant the other match for tonight.
Yeah, because Ben will be on his break now after this game, so if the other guys start their game, then we'll set up the lobby. But yeah, pretty smooth win there. Not the longest of games, but not the shortest either. I don't really know what to say with that. I think the trouble that Dire ran into is a lot of the Spirit Breaker attempts. I think just team-wise was just a bit sloppy. They're always giving away just a little too much in terms of deaths, in terms of going a bit far. Even the even trades just not enough. There shouldn't have been even if a Spirit Breaker is charging into a lane, you know? I mean, you've got the jumper, you've got the vision.
I still agree with what you say, though. A Blink Dagger and an Aether Lens on a Grimstroke, and a Shard on a Grimstroke, who then has 0 saves for any of his teammates.
Yeah, no, it was huge. Like, we saw quite a few times that the times that they did walk away was just through Radiant fluffing. But if they had a Glimmer on top, even if the Radiant didn't fluff it, it would make his team get away. But yeah, I think some greedy items support-wise there could have stopped some early hemorrhaging of some gold from the Dire team. But even that, I think that's a band-aid fix. The Cop got way more out of the lane than I thought the Cop would get. But I think both teams now should be going for their break. I don't know if the lobby is already going to be up. Yeah, it is up. So I'm going to join the lobby. Do you know if the second game is going? I don't even know. Let's double check. Who's in the second game?
Like I'm pretty
Danny
sure. I'm
versus
pretty sure he told
I
us
don't
to
have
set
any
up the
clue.
second. Set up the second game.
No. He told me that before, but I was like, no, I'm going to be casting your game with Mims. So
Yeah.
I said, like, if it's between the games, I can do it. But I literally have none of my friends list unless this koala.
Oh yeah,
Koala.
no,
Is
it
he
is
on one of the
going.
teams?
There is a private lobby going.
Oh, can I watch game?
I think so.
Oh, I'll kick it into their game. Sneak peek. Oh, will this be a bit spoilery? They're in the draft.
As long as you
I can
click
watch
watch game and not watch friend live.
No, I press watch game.
Yeah.
Dire team pick.
Oh, they're in the
I'm gonna be
draft.
casting this.
They're in the
I'm gonna be casting
draft.
this later at some point with him, so I'm not watching this draft.
Yeah, no, they haven't started draft. They've just the first 2 bands come up.
Nice. Let's have a look. Ben's message me. Do you know if second game was? Yeah, they in draft just started like 2 minutes ago. Oh, to be fair.
Yo, thanks
Oh,
again,
no, the
Dennis.
game's meant to start at 8:30. Yeah, so this is their start time. Yeah. Alright, cool. I'm gonna go for a quick bio break. Let's get my
Beautiful.
stream music on.
Beautiful.
Give it a go.
Yeah, I'll go for
I'll
a
be right
quick
back,
bio
guys.
as well.
No sleep, no fear, different point of view. Years are passing by and all I think about is when we were new school. Flipping off police, drinking beers underage in a swimming pool. But times have changed and we're old now. I think our heat's getting cold now. And now I'm just in love with your cold shoulder.
Cause we fight and then we make love. We break up and then we 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck, nobody can change us. Love it when we hate fuck, nobody can change us. Love it when we hate fuck,
Nobody can change us. I cannot fall asleep without you by my side, but when you're here I'm all cold. Yeah, we got something special, but I cannot be the main act in a role. Tell me what you gonna do when they catch us, when they pull out big guns and they blast us. The final end to our mad love, mad love. Cause we fight and then we make love. We break up and then we 2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck, nobody can change us. When we dance and then we fall hit the speed and then we slow down.
2 o'clock and now we're day drunk. Love it when we hate fuck, nobody can change us. Love it when we hate fuck, nobody can change us.
Yo, Nixon, you here? Yo, Nixon, you here? He's not here. We are in the lobby though. Both teams are in the lobby.
Back. What I missed? Yeah. Sorry. Post game, not post game. Let's close this. I'm here. Game 2 goes off. I was just wondering from the last game, you think there's anything that's hugely, I don't know, I don't want to say it was a draft issue. It's kind of hard to pinpoint. I don't think it was a single player issue either. It was just, I don't know if it was just all around sloppy play or things not executed quite well. But I don't think they got the plan off with the Grimstroke ult into doubling up. I think that could have been, I don't know, utilized just a bit better maybe. Oh yeah, it could. Yeah, that hero could have been absolutely any other hero, even just a disruptor, like a glimpse into, and anything would have been amazing. That's the thing. They were so far behind; they could never deal with the anti-mage. They had that one close kill round tier 2 in Radiant safe lane, Dire off lane, but after they missed the opportunity, they never got another one again. He died again, sure, in their base, but he had Aegis. He was pretty fine to die. So, but Night Stalker Viper ban this time. They're like, nope, we don't want to deal with the Viper this time, and they managed to give away the Spirit Breaker in return. And they just decided, yeah, Viper is too annoying. I'm really surprised they banned out the Viper again. I thought the Viper played quite passively. Sure, it was safe play again. A lot of points to Spirit Breaker. Plus, a Grim could have easily have given this Copper a leg up, but that is quite a costly leg up, right? It does take 2 supports out of both of the lanes to give you a free win against the Viper. But putting a Viper back is a pretty good target to put back. But this Cop should have suffered a lot more. But again, yeah, they still like, nope, I don't like dealing with this ATOS, even though the cop got the BKB. There was like, this Viper's still a huge problem. Yeah, they couldn't really deal with it. And again, AM had a super free game, so I'm quite surprised. Maybe they're just like, no, it wasn't the AM that lost us the game. It was these other factors. If they could deal with the other factors, then they maybe could have dealt with the AM. And a first pick Tiny. I cannot tell you last time I faced or played with a Tiny, but whenever it was sad and bad all at the same time.
I'm trying not to be offended because I play Tony quite a bit.
Dude, I used to love Tiny back when Tree was his eggs.
Nah, back when there was Craggy. Oh,
yeah. Those are the time. Offlane Tiny, dude, I was loving that.
I think I've played Tony in the new patch, and I don't level his ult. I just put points into his the talent tree stats instead, and it was so much fun because you still had the attack speed, but you just have such good stat gain. It was so good fun.
Yeah, and they let the CK go through, so I guess Rogar's pretty happy with that. And now they've opted for Shaman, much nicer support. So now I'm hoping this Tiny isn't a support. I kind of want this Tiny to be a core. I really do want a more solid team fighting support here. Because realistically, in these sort of scrims, if you can just win team fights, you're going to get the objective straight after it. So winning the team fights is super important. Just don't pick B-list heroes that can't kill Roshan or anything like that. You're for a good saying if you can just win the team fights and keep important heroes alive at the end of them. Flaming Marshmallows are going into reserve time for the next lot of bans. They have quite a bit of time here and quite a few bans. So decide to go for an AA ban, which is really random. Maybe
my Morphling bell's going off.
Yeah, I was about to say now Alk. I don't know if any of them play it, but Tiny and Shaman are obviously pretty solid axe carriers already, and AA, I'm quite surprised they banned out so early, giving that away. But yeah, Morphling or Alk.
5 seconds remaining.
Maybe on the books for Flaming Marshmallows. They kind of want to bring their AA, yeah, and they've decided to ban the Morphling themselves.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to let you take this hero. They don't want to be dealing with that hero. Hero is a huge nuisance. But oddly enough, Spirit Break and Chaos Knight do quite well with dealing with it. The Morph can't actually just sit there and find toggle between a Chaos Knight with all of his minions up. So he's just forced to run in those situations.
5 seconds
They banned the
remaining.
Morph. I wonder if they're going to ban the Alk as well, or if they're going to let the Alk through and thinking, you know what, we can handle an Alk.
Like the last 2 times I've dealt with a Morph, I know he's been bad, but he has been unplayable. Like I couldn't do it. Nothing you could do against him. The last 2 times I've seen him, I've played against him once and he was unkillable. And then I watched the OG Alliance game yesterday, and OG couldn't handle him.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you have to draft against that hero. You can't.
10 seconds remaining.
You cannot just outskill a Morphling at equal
5
play.
seconds remaining.
But they've banned a Nature's Prophet. I don't think Scrim Reapers have played Nature's, have they? Maybe they just don't want to deal with. Oh fuck it, yeah. Nature's annoying, I guess, but I would have thought that ban at least a hero that they found a nuisance in the last game. You know, even if that Nature's was just an AM, it gets rid of. There you go, and the AM ban comes out.
I mean, I thought the Slardar did work for them last game.
I think he did okay, but I think the Slardar also died the most for them in the last game.
Yeah, but Slardar's just got to initiate, get the stun off, get his ult off.
True, but he could have done that better still, you know? Like, I think he could have lived a lot of those occasions. He decided to go for a puck here, which is a great choice, great lockdown. CK can't rift there either if he gets puck ulted, I'm very sure. So, decent initiation this time and a bit of a safer mid lane.
10 seconds remaining.
So yeah, I'm hoping they double up on this. They pick a hero that can fight with this puck, unless the Tiny is planning to go bottle 4 or bottle 3 and run around with this puck. A huge amount of burst damage that can come out of those 2 heroes. All magic, so. But what I get worried about is when I see lineups like this so far with the Tiny, the Puck, and the Shaman, there's already 2 strength heroes on Scrim Reapers, and that's a lot of HP to get through. So if they draft a Huskar or just any other strength hero, they suddenly have a lot of HP in order to run through in order for you to win a team fight. But yeah, they've gone into reserve time. Not quite sure what their first pick out of the gate is going to be. I think they still want to keep the CK a flex pick. They don't want to. I think they're a bit afraid to give away their lanes this early. They want like, no, the CK can go anywhere, can go off lane, can go safe lane. But their next two picks are going to reveal their lanes, so they got to decide now what kind of lanes they're going for. Opting for a Dazzle, so I'm guessing this Dazzle should be going with the CK.
How do you feel
really nice
about
kill lane.
PA on the side of Radiant? I guess
PA for Radiant.
it's difficult to jump on a Spirit Breaker or
10
CK.
seconds remaining.
I think they should just go for something like a Gyro, someone who's just going to obliterate the CK, because they should just draw with what they can see in front of them right now. And right now they have two hefty heroes that's probably going to run at their safe lane, and Gyro is someone who's going to do pretty well against that. He's going to lane a lot safer. He's going to be able to deal with them late game a lot safer. Like overall, he's just a safer pick. Flamming Marshmallow is opting for the Snapfire, so yeah, their lanes are pretty much sorted. They're just waiting for the pos 1, and they've gone for a Deucer here. So Deucer again, really good counter to CK, and would have laned a bit safer if they had a stronger support. So also a deny pick as well. So I think that's just pretty decent. And this Medusa is someone as well who doesn't mind standing still after getting coiled and just man fighting. That's not too bad for Medusa to do. He's gonna have to be very scared of a puck ult into Snapfire ult. That's gonna kill nearly anyone, but that's I guess where the Dazzle comes in play really.
10 seconds remaining.
But there still is. Wraith is still in the pool. Slark is still in the pool.
5 seconds remaining.
Troll is still in the pool. PL, I guess I don't want to pick a PL here. Oh, PL banned from the Dire actually. New Brood's in the pool. Don't know how New Brood fares as a safe laner. But they're both. I mean,
Do you reckon they're going to go for the early eggs on Snapfire? Eat Tiny, throw Tiny at the fight. Tiny tries and tosses one person out, and they isolate that one person. And
oh, that's a lot of net worth to do that. Like in reverse, I would just say, just get the puck a blink, coil as many as you can, and just with the puck and the Snapfire do as much. Because it's the same thing, right? Anybody who puck coils is going to get snap void, and the Tiny can run in a combo whoever gets called as well. And if you somehow live through that, then you deserve to win. To be honest, I mean, living through those 3 spells, because like whoever puck gets confines them to a small area, right? So it's not just this Tiny toss combo. It could be Shaman wards that get put down. They're stuck. They're all stuck, depending on how many targets this puck hits. So Dire opting to ban out the Weaver. Not too comfortable. Their stuns aren't the most instant. No, their stuns are pretty horrendous. Just having a charge and a CK stun isn't the best for Sakuchi, and Science are banned out for Flamming Marshmallow. Yeah, they realize if they get global, they're actually dead. They just get run over.
So I'm assuming Medusa's pos 1, CK's pos 3, Breaker's 4.
Right? This Deucer could go safe, and the CK can go off lane at the moment, and then they have a mid lane, or this CK is off lane, Deucer's mid, and they have a safe lane to pick. So I guess they're still a bit flexible, and since they have they don't have the last pick, they have to decide. So with their very last pick, and just hope they don't get counted.
Dire team pick.
And yeah, Huskar, I think that's a great ban. I think if Dire actually picked up a Huskar here, they would have not only won their lanes, but they would just have too much HP to kill through. Spirit Breaker, CK, Deucer, and a Huskar with a Dazzle sitting behind them. With the amount of, granted, there is a decent amount of magic damage, but the burst isn't the most bursty of teams Radiant so far.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Dire going into reserves for their last pick, which is either their safe lane or mid, in my
Radiant
opinion.
team pick.
Sniper.
And they've opted in for a Sniper. Can't say I don't think I'm a big fan of this pick. Like I like that the CK is in the front and the break is at the front, but I also don't want anyone near this Deucer, and the Sniper is going to be near the Deucer. So I'm gonna hope this Deucer is the mid one, because if this Deucer is mid, then this Deucer can stand in the front with the CK. And they've opted for a Spectre. Yeah, Spectre I think is a great choice, but I don't know if the Spectre is going to get off the ground. I don't know if his team has to buy him space. Not just buy him space, but they have to start winning the game with just 4. They have the ability to do it. Those 4 other heroes can pump out a lot of magic damage if they can get on top, but Tiny's not the fastest, Shaman isn't the fastest, so T coordination is definitely the name of the game. If Radiant can do it, yep, they can easily take away this game and give the Spectre more than enough space. The Spectre can always join fights, so.
And Spectre gives you, like with Haunt, just jump on Sniper.
Yeah, pretty much it. All the Spectre has to do is wait till this CK riffs in on anybody else and just Haunt, and then kill the backline, go for the Dazzle. and the charge is already most likely going to be used at that point. The Spectre should have a free reign. It will give all the vision as well. The Sapphire needs to be like, oh, actually everything's in range. I can just ult from here. I don't need the puck ult. I will just ult now. I've got more than enough vision. Also tiny set. Probably one of the best looking sets there are in the game, and both. I think Scrim Reapers have slightly stronger lanes. Let's see how they're going to do this actually. But this tiny Sapphire lane should be a problem, but they are going to be versus a range safe lane carry, so.
Don't resist the
They are going to have an easier time than usual, and the lines get drawn out. It's so weird. Any smokes? Dazzle opting in for Blightstone first. They're hoping to go really aggro. Tiny opted for the boots first.
So did Snapfire.
Snapfire.
You know about the scoreboard? You know about the scoreboard show items, right? And it just shows the items on every
I
area.
didn't do that last time.
Yeah, I find that so much easy.
Oh, CK actually managed to find a kill. This should be an easy kill on the Shaman. Shaman very slow.
Oh no.
He should just be able to walk out, but the rest of the team is. Dazzle's getting a body blocked here though. Yeah, Poison Touch goes out. And yeah, this CK is gonna absolutely punch. Oh, he shouldn't have gone for that auto because now this Tiny is going a lot further away from the stun. But yeah, they should be able to get the kill. But, wow, actually really surprising. I would have thought the Tiny would have run through these trees here, but for some reason opted to go down instead of just running through the trees and being safe. So I think that's just a misplay there. First blood go to the Dire team. Yeah, they're pretty happy with that. Who gets the last hit? Oh, the Deucer mid gets the last hit, I think. Is that Deucer mid? Is Deucer mid? Question mark? This looks like a... Nope. Nope, Deucer safe. I'm pretty sure Sniper does pretty well versus the puck. Animation's really nice. Puck's damage is very high though. If he gets clipped by too many of these illusion orbs mid, yeah, this puck can definitely kill. They both have decent kill potential on each other, to be fair, so it should just be a nice skill lane.
So on the side of the Radiant, we have Mr. Space on the Snapfire, TJP on the Tiny, Download on the Puck, Glitch on the Shadow Shaman, and Abyssal Chris on the Spectre. On the side of Dire, we have Benton, Synicist on the Sniper, Johnny on the Spirit Breaker, Frogar on the Chaos Knight, Toffee on the Medusa, and Ratigan on the Dazzle. This is Flamming Marshmallows versus the Scrim Reapers in the Lockdown Showdown. Game 2.
So famous for a reason, trying it.
You just getting spammed by bots in your Twitch.
Am I? Shit. Let's have a look.
Oh, this is so annoying. I keep going edge panning left, and it keeps going onto my second monitor and just like spamming left. That's so annoying.
Yeah, the Tiny's managed to TP back to top, yep. Don't manage to find any kills. They're maybe hoping to toss someone in under the tower, but just as the Tiny managed to leave, they probably could have got a toss there, but it's two Strength Heroes and the Spirit Breaker managed to get the pull, denies one of their creeps. But also does give up a level 5 Centaur here if he can actually get the last hit. Let's just watch. Let's see if there's a moment of shame. Does the Spectre miss the last hit? Oh no! Don't worry, no one was watching, no one was watching. Both Warrens up. Snipers managed to push out the lanes. Yeah, I mean, just deny him really. You don't go, okay, maybe deny the next one, then Optic finish the Wraith Bands first. And actually, Optic has got South queued up, but hasn't used any of the Tango regen yet, so. And this Puck's got a stick. Puck's got a stick. I don't know what's happening right now. Good second traveling, he smashes the deny. Still got an illusion up there, he can use safely. Managed to just escape, it is daytime though.
Oh, Shadow Shaman's dropping low.
That was very close and fight bot lane. Spectre running out. CK managed to get a Death Lane, and top lane the Deucer actually dies. They do miss that, but yeah, they missed a CK kill. And a salve up from the Shaman, managing to walk back. But what happened here in this top lane? Oh, it was just Tiny didn't even use the combo. He only used one of these abilities. Oh, I wonder what happened. But the Deuce's first blood are not able to keep her up. And managed to get the range denied here. Sniper and the CK looking quite healthy on last hits, but yeah, but equalish. The Deuce is actually really down on the last hits. The Deuce is not having a good time, and Hiroga manages to kill just about on a really close support trade here at the bot lane.
That's 2 kills I've missed now. I'm slacking today.
Yeah, same. And Dazzle's dropping low on the first top and manages to grave. And is he going to get a poison? He does manage to get a poison touch before he dies. This Tiny might actually pay a lot for this one. He's going to lose an absolute ton of his HP. Now he's actually in danger of dying if this Dazzle actually decides to turn. But no, Dazzle decides to TP, and poison touch is more than enough to secure it. The greed killed him. The Dazzle actually manages to survive. Warrens again. Last Warrens we'll see.
Yeah. I do worry about this sniper in this team. As someone pointed out in my chat, it just seems to be countered by three of their heroes.
For sure, but it's just one of those things where you just got to think of how many resources do each team have. Now, yes, they can 100% deal with him. They got a Spectre, they got a Puck, and they have a tiny throw or whatever you want to throw. But if they throw all of that on a sniper, what do you have left to deal with a CK? What do you have left to deal with a Medusa and a Spirit Breaker running around? And yeah, I mean, it's not the best picks, but I mean, I think any pick that takes any more resources from Radiant is going to be useful here. I don't think they'll be able to. I don't think they can afford resource-wise to deal with the sniper, assuming the sniper plays properly, positions well, and doesn't throw. And oh my god, dice were neutral. Spirit Breaker is Mango used. 2 second stun, but this is a really tanky 2 points dispersion. Spectre that's just gonna die at the tip of the last crit, using up the remaining regen that Dire Offlane had. And pretty kill heavy game actually so far in the mid lane. Oh, here comes Tiny rolling in, gets thrown into the tower. Dream Cold, perfectly done, exactly what should happen. And it did happen under the Dire Ward, so I do not believe that Tiny was smoked. Yeah, I think the sniper's top on net worth, so I don't think this will matter too much. It will help the puck catch up a bit, but early kills are not the worst.
TY turret. Thank you, man.
Considering how far ahead he was. But yep, CK and Dusa close behind. Everyone's pretty close here, apart from Spectre. Spectre's having a really rough time. The Dusa is doing quite a bit better than Spectre, even though this Dusa managed to feed a kill. Right, triple stack now. There's Dire on this side, so which neither team can kill.
Fight for an invis room, potentially.
See, charge going up, no dust. Oh, dust would have been a free kill. But yeah, there's no way he would have predicted that. But it just called us a tiny TP, which I don't think they saw. No, that ward doesn't have enough range, but it does leave this Snapfire solo top lane for a bit.
So the Scrim Reapers, currently playing as the Dire, won the first game. They pretty much destroyed the first game.
They're actually going to miss out on this kill because of it, most likely. Stun Toss does get used, but this Tiny is only level 3 since he's been rotating a lot, and still 300 HP left on the CK, so he's pretty safe. Fairy Fire randomly used, Mango randomly used. And he kind of just watches his siege get denied. That's pretty depressing. Tiny hanging in the trees, probably waiting for combo mana, but he's still, while he wants stick charge, he's still about 100 mana off. Snapfire's still not hit level 6 yet. Medusa nearly on our way to level 7. Dazzle's just happy to jungle, and he can, because Dazzle's just jokes that way. But yeah, just plays
Sniper, I mean, Sniper's a solid 8 last hits ahead.
Yeah, like they should just kept it with the sniper. They figured out how easy it was. He just needs to run into this lane anytime the sniper walks up and just throw the sniper at the park, get Dream Cold, even if it's not under the tower. Even if he gets thrown in the middle of the lane, right in the bang in the middle, This puck
Yeah.
and a tiny hitting a sniper will look 100%.
I mean, even an avalanche and a toss would scare a sniper away.
Yeah.
Let alone a
So,
puck on top of it. On top of them.
I'm quite surprised they're just not repeating it. They did the right thing. They should just keep doing it. It's working. Why stop? Top lane and this Snapfire is getting away with murder, just sitting in creep lane, and actually he's going for a cheeky kill. Misses a scatter blast though. That's a bit of a yikes, even though he had the cookie set up, and yeah. This is just a walk of shame, really.
That's one way to
Really nice
catch
body
him.
block from the Dazzle, but that should be a tip if I've ever seen one. Dreamcock gets used bot lane against the.
Oh, there it is.
Tiny managed to pop in. No, managed to get thrown on the spot instead of Oh, realistically, there the Shame should
Oh,
have
this
just stayed out and the Tiny should have tossed it.
camera,
onto them,
man.
and it would have been an instant break. But no instant break. Hopefully, they do realize that they can do that if someone gets dream called from the get go and the toss isn't used to set up the dream call. That break is no joke at all stages of the game.
I'm so triggered. I missed 2 kills then because my camera just constantly span left. I'm so upset. I'm very upset.
The Dire just can't resist attacking Radiant's top tower.
Alright, Seeker's chilling. He's back. And I'm actually going for.
Oh, Hex on Spirit Breaker. CK jumps in.
Once he gets
Tidy drops.
instantly blown up by the Snapfire ult, and yeah, Snapfire ult is demoosh. 4 people on the bot lane for Radiant as a response, and yeah, that's what they should do. They fed a bit too much in the early, but yeah, they managed to pull their few kills back, and now they should be able to get 2-1 off this.
Free tower.
Is under attack.
We should be in the Snapfire are the points in Shredder, so this tower is probably going to live. There's no siege until next wave, so
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
is the next wave? Or was that 3 minutes? I can't even remember. Yeah, it's next wave.
Cover your eyes. Dire's bottom tower is taking a drubbing.
The puck has managed to catch up a little bit. He's not let himself slip too far behind. He's opting for a really early blink. I think that's alright, but I hope they just play as if he's bought the blink, you know? Sniper TP in broad daylight, the puck allows it to happen. No orbit to the stun. And Tiny overextends, and the Sniper who ran into the dagger is just gonna do the walk of shame back to mid lane. But yeah, I guess he was ready for a fight. There were a lot of people here. And there's a TP out, and this is space now. The Deuce is sitting comfortably at the top. Got decent vision up here, so I'm opting for the Maelstrom first. I'm a big fan of Maelstrom first. I do quite like Maelstrom over into. I think a Sandy actually wouldn't be too bad. He can kind of get anything. He doesn't have to particularly go much too hard this game. As long as he just doesn't let this Spectre sit on top of him, he should be pretty good. Vestige should be very aware the Snapfire +1 can kill him. And this is a puck, yeah. So it's into Dream Core, no mana shield up, he's gonna lose all his HP and mana. No need for the Snapfire ult. Stun into the toss with just really slow reacting actually. He got Dream Called, but even without the silence, he still could put out the mana shield, still could have used up a lot more resources on the Radiant side.
Yeah, it's sad seeing a Medusa die on full mana.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's always sad seeing a Medusa die on full mana.
The Sniper chilling in the mid lane, and I think I guess they're going to go for the tier 1 as a priority, but they are leaving the CK bot lane, and Sniper free from mid.
Bottom tower is under attack.
I don't think in a game like this they should worry too much here about hitting an objective hard. If you can get an objective off a kill, sure, but again, they're definitely way better at just running as long as they have abilities up. But this Deucer is now should be aware, should just keep the mana shield up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're deciding, oh, charge goes in on the Shaman at the back. Wards get put to trap the Deucer, and the Shaman's going to die for it. And whether they walk in inside to fight, mana shield finally gets put up. Phase shift in, Snapfire on top, but the Grave actually gets put on top, and they run into the Deucer ult, and they get stunned. This should be a easy disengage 3-man core, but I think everything is used, right? There's no Snapfire off. Good scout blast for everyone, but everyone's taking an absolutely huge amount of damage. But yeah, this is giving enough time for TPs to come for the Dire. And now there's a CK with a fully complete armor that's going to come up and should be able to clean up the kills. So there's still 7 more.
Yeah.
They do manage to trade out 2 for 2 on a fight. Realistically, it's hugely favoured to them, and the Sniper's going to clean up.
Medusa surviving, Spectre dying, I think is the key thing.
Yeah. Really really unfortunate there, but I mean that's kind of what happens. The engage was really hard, like letting a shaman walk in and just take an initiate like that when you have a tiny, when you have a puck, when you have a thingy-majiggy, a snapfire. I mean, there's no reason this shaman should be walking in to initiate these fights.
The direst elements are pelting Radiant's bottom tower.
It doesn't look like any early smokes from either team, though. Let's have a look at items.
Oh, Shaman's going for a blink dagger.
No, don't take these things.
No, he's got it queued up.
This is...
A repeat of the first game. Oh, Sarah, what are you doing?
I'm just being trolled right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, finished up.
No.
Blade Mail opted in for the Spectre. Yeah, like, I'm really glad they changed Blade Mail. It's actually a really solid item for neutraling. It does help farm. Very effective fight item. Charge goes in and a dire triangle and it opts to cancel, but yeah, they're very strong here.
Radiant's middle tower is
I guess
under
they're not aware of the Spectre ult CD, but top lane snipers also pinging out. I think there's just a huge miscommunication and they scan the roach thinking they go for it, but no, they were just looking for kills. And yeah, they decided to TP out.
Like,
CK lands first.
is there any reason why you would go?
Shaman gets caught out bot lane, and there's absolutely no way this Shaman's surviving. Good day. It's just unfortunate. So,
Like-
any reason why you would go?
Any reason why you'd go blink dagger on a Shaman?
Again, it's the same thing. So realistically, at like a high level play, if the Shaman just blinks and insta hexes this Deucer before Deucer gets off shield, then this Deucer's dead, right? It's just
Yeah, but
into
could-
a full shackle and Snapfire will just murder. Just with the shackle and Snapfire ult would kill the Deucer from 100 to 0.
But surely a force staff is much more utility.
Force staff, yeah, it does have a lot more utility, but I mean, force staffing like through trees into a lane is a lot different to smoking up and
Yeah.
shaking into a hero under the tower.
What I'm saying is,
Oh no, Dreamcore used on a CK illusion bottom, and yeah, the tip gets used.
what I'm saying is, surely if you have a glimmer cape, you have a force staff, you glimmer cape up, do what you need to do, and then if things go south, force staff away.
Yeah, for sure, you do have those options with those items. Again, yeah, Blink Staff, very niche. It's meant to do one thing, and you're meant to play like you have it, right? If you have a Blink Staff, your team, you have to play like you bought this item. This item isn't just a, oh, if we're not going offensive, I can use a defensive item, etc., etc. No, it's built to do one thing on one thing only, and they go shackle into a Snapfire ult, but unfortunately, Bulldozer is still going, but it still does the same amount of damage, so...
Radiant's middle tower
Huge
is
fight.
under attack.
Huge fight going up. Dazzle's actually walked by. I don't think they can afford to waste resources here on the Dazzle. Yeah, this Tiny's going to pay for the greed again. He's really liking the Dazzle and is paying for it every time. So was that just those two dying?
Mechanisms now out on Snapfire.
I think it's a fine choice. A really early pickup in general, like around this time. Yeah, it's actually pretty
Blade
decent.
mail on Spectre, first item.
Yeah, super fine. The Spectre is behind. It's died twice already now. 1 from 2 and 4. But yeah, Blade Mail's kind of the best farm item outside of Radiance that the Spectre really has to play around. You kind of have no choice now. The Spectre either chooses to get fight items, drums, Yash, or whatever. And
No, the
I think
C-
should fight like that.
The
You have no
CK
choice.
is super scary with his neutral item and his armlet. I think he's
Dude, I don't know why they buffed this chip vest. This chip vest was absolutely insane before. But he's managed to sit on a tower. He's already lost 500 HP, 600 HP. He's lost half. He's lost 1,000 already. He's on the tower. The armlet's still on, and I think this is a huge overextension. And the sniper shrapnel should be enough just to cover the slower wave. But this, oh no, he has the armlet toggle. He's completely out of HP. Orb's already used, but he gets ice to blink back for the sniper. The sniper's just gonna stand a man fight. He has no other choice. He can't run. It doesn't look like any teammates coming. The leash is just about to end. Leash is gonna end. Stun toss used just a little bit incorrectly, but the CK manages to turn back and should get the grave here, but doesn't use the ulti. Now ultis, but I think it's a bit.
Oh, I think that's a good trade.
Run all the way around for some reason.
Good trade.
Shaman's on crack. Shaman's on crack.
Double kill.
Radiant's middle
Should be
tower
easy toggle.
is under
There
attack.
you go. Yeah.
Oh, that's a great trade in my opinion.
Just before he toggles out. That's a good start.
Oh,
That made that slightly less embarrassing for the Radiant. And the Spectre ult is used to just a BM. It's just a BM Spectre ult.
I think. Well, no, I think Spirit Breaker was aggroing top.
Oh, I see. create more space for the Deucer. We've seen it last on the last game. He managed to just do his job on the AM. Hit creeps. Zog.
Dazzle.
Alright, Iams. Let's check out Iams. See what Dazzle finishes Glimmer. We're going to get next time, it's fine. Manta, the Deuce is going for. Echo, I'm a huge fan of Echo. Love Echo on CK. Tasty Iron. Breaks optic for the Blade Mail himself, and Sniper finishing the Master Man and the Maelstrom can kind of pick and choose his poison at this point. It's funny how nowadays not many people go for Shadow Blade anymore. I do kind of miss getting that item in a lot of games. He's a very fun item.
See, I used to like Silver Edge when you used to be able to build Echo into it. I thought that was so that was so good.
Yeah, it was nice. Both teams managed to get the SS ring, but the puck is really far behind. So after the blink, nowhere near close pick up the next time, which is the Linkins. I don't even know if Linkins is a good answer for this puck game. I think the puck should just go for the X.
They have got 3 people running up on the Spirit Breaker.
Yeah, they're both insane. The Dire was just about to fade out, but they got very good vision, and the D-Wood goes out, but it's just going to be out of range of the Radiant Observer boards. They should look to fight here, but Tiny is very weak, no position to fight. He's still looking for his Blink Dagger, so maybe not. They should just take this a bit chill. If they get outmanned here, they're going to feed some really unnecessary kills. Spectre, no horn again for another minute. We saw it get used earlier for the BM. And yeah, they've Radiant have no business here. They should just leave. They have absolutely no business being in this lane. They got 5-man response, and rightfully so. And yeah, the Shaman should be 100% dead. Turns daytime just at the wrong time for the Radiant. Ward does get to be used, but the charge goes out. Dream Call onto 2, but again, it shouldn't be enough. He managed to go, he picked a Grave on himself instead of the Sniper. The BM, the late switch of the targets. CK manages to hold onto the tower. Manages to pick out the Snapfire. Wish he escaped. Grieve usage, oh no. This might be a good turn up in opportunity. Regen goes off from the Greaves. Obviously, Sun goes out. Or managed to try and get the Scatter Blast, but I think the better option there would have been to hide under the trees. I think without the vision, then he would have been fine, but it depends if CK got the shot. No shot, so there would have been no image on the stun. I think that would have been the best option, but a decent attempt trying to Scatter Blast.
Do you see the catapult dewarded them high ground?
Well, no, I missed that completely.
There's a catapult by the secret shop dewarding them high ground. I was like, what's going on here? That was quite funny. So the Manta's now out on Toffee, the Medusa, and Maelstrom.
He's not climbing as fast as I thought he would with all this free farm, but he's still doing very well. Let's have a look. What's his GPM?
I mean, at least he's taken your advice from last game and hadn't gone first item scatty.
He used to, so don't do that. Don't in any games.
What are you chatting about? You go.
First time skaters. Just pick up all the other items. Even like the Blanky Yasha is super solid. He didn't need to finish on the Master.
Oh, fight bottom jungle.
It seems to go really start off in a tiny, really under-leveled. It's a super easy kill with no items. Unfortunately, he didn't essence ring, but it won't really make much of a difference at this point. Puck's kind of picking fights here. I kind of wish the Puck would force everyone. Snapfire ults up, Puck ults out, Shaman ult out. Just use them. Like if you have no choice, you cannot run out of tower with these abilities. You have to pick them when there's not all 5 of the Dire team together. You can always have your 5 Dire. You can just leave the Spectre to farm. Anytime you guys see a good fight, Spectre haunts in, but they need to be looking for these fights, and instead the Puck's gonna push out the mid lane, and maybe we've overextended here, only with less than half mana. Managed to face shift to charge, but Echo Slow is still going to persevere, and Radiant can't turn this. There's just a few Dire heroes here. This is probably some of the best fights they're going to take. This should be an early Grave, and Daz is going to have to pick who he likes more, and he decides to pick the CK. And Deucer manages to run, and CK manages to get a last final kill under the guys of Glimmer Cave, but they cannot manfire onto this Deucer ult, as Deucer just stands there as a shield. Manta, Eagle Song, Maelstrom.
Oh, they might try for Tiny.
Again.
Yeah.
The toggle, it wasn't enough. Not being able to toggle it in the air until he lands, and they trade 3 for 2, which isn't the worst, but It's just really unfortunate they didn't recognize that sooner. The Deucer actually managed to get there and soak some of the experience, soak some of the gold. And this Deucer is going to become very unmanageable very soon. But she's still very little. 1500 HP. If she gets Dreamcorn and pushed out of that core by any means on the Shaman wards, this Deucer will still 100% go down. And it looks like they might try and get an early Roche here. Might be a little dangerous there. I think they should have used the Deucer Mystic Snake to break that, but you know, who am I to?
I find it a little odd that they're going to Roche when CK's not there. Surely CK's the man you want to be like tanking and doing the majority of the right clicks in this Roche.
Deucer's super far ahead. They've actually got a medal on this Dazzle. I kind of wish the Dazzle would poison touch it, but yeah, he's managed to keep the medal up, and yeah, it's going to be a huge wedge against all Roche. The scan goes out, but Radiant just completely out of position what to do with it. Taking this time to just deward, and that's what you should do. If you're not contesting this, push out your lanes. Use this time where you're guaranteed to deward, and you know he's going to be safe to do so. Sapphire's going to get caught, but Greaves should be enough. Cookie is enough. Yep, scattered. Just about not enough, and I think that's a casual way of just staying in the area after they take a Roshan, to be honest. So. I got very tanky with the Greaves.
Oh, what's Shadow Shaman doing? Trying to ward. I don't think Johnny saw it.
Yeah. I think sorry, he has a detect on himself. Yeah, I think they're gonna just try and move in and go for an early win here. I think they have the first game win, and oh no, that was a illusionary orb fail. I think he tried to orb in and then blink out. That's not how you do it. Down goes up. Okay, I don't know. That should be a tip.
Cowell's go moon. Pigs go white.
Yeah, I kind of want him to go up here. I want him to go up when it's not the most safe. I just want him to just outplay the situation. No, they'll take it safe. They're happy with how they're playing. Good push, but I mean, if they're gonna lose, it's gonna be through a throwy tactic like this. They've got Aegis still, they've got one more tier 2 tower up, and they're kind of on the same track as they are last game, but they've kept up a lot of their towers, and they've managed to take a lot of their enemy towers a lot sooner into the game. And I think Dire are already going to realize this, and they're going to bolster their top lane up, assuming that there should be a fight here. And I mean, even with an Aegis up, if they manage not to 5-man the Dire team again, they can just throw all of their ults, but there's just a puck. And the snap going forward, where's the rest of the team? Where's the Tony? Where's the Shaman? I'm watching Shaman take Spectre's last hits. Or Rot Roll. But yeah, Blink on Shaman. Can't wait to see this not do anything. It's gonna be great. Opting in for a Lotus next. Oh, actually, I would have loved this Lotus going for first. The Lotus would have been a great home. It will be too late. Too late. CK Illus pushing up bot lane. Should go down actually to the Illus and the Siege unit, but it looks like neither team is gonna commit to defending or attacking this tower. I guess it won't go down. They've managed to take the shrine, so they should just TP bomb and take this tier 2 tower.
Oh, is this Shadow Shaman pushing too far? Oh, Sniper sees him.
This is what should happen. Like as a 5, you're the best person to take the greedy farm to push out lanes because you're just the least valuable. Shaman's death time is 40 seconds. Shaman's easily gonna be out before they push, but this is the only thing you should do right now.
I mean, I still don't understand what.
Maybe should have taken mids.
I still don't understand what a Blink Dagger does against a Spirit Breaker.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It doesn't do anything. But yeah, there was could have been used mid. They could have really used that 2-1 gold, even if it cost Shaman's death. It would have got his team. Just something up. You know, they would have traded out something. But finishing this. Monkey and shot. Snake's turn enemy to hit. This is target spell, alright. I don't like the shot. It is what it is. Sapphire all gets used to clear the CK illusions. Pretty wise decision. I kind of wish that even though it was just to clear the CK ones, because the CK doesn't have the Aegis, this puck should have just ulted, and they should have just killed the CK with the 2 ultis and traded out like that, because now there's no Sapphire ulti down, and all of Dire team is still alive. So I think they should have committed more and just guaranteed themselves a kill with really fast shackle defensive wards. But oh no, the shackle's gonna put the Shaman in more danger. No, that was a feed Shaq, cool. I mean, a feed freaking Cookie. Is there going to be a toss back into tier 4s? No toss back. It's just a toss up on the spot. Do so, use the zone and a Grave on top. The CK was pretty fine anyway.
Double kill.
It's a buyback from the Tiny, but I don't think it matters. I realistically, Shaman should just buy back as soon as this snap holds up. It's not for another minute yet, so there's no worries really. There is a Tiny here. Where's my Tony? Tony's got Blink. He could have just put him into the fountain there, but he's on the right hand side, maybe trying not to get seen, and they just get smoked out. They're like, nope, we got 3 racks, just leave. And yeah, they're gonna go bot lane and clear out the last of the tier 2s. Mid lane, the sniper TPs too, and oh man, I was like, they really could have got 1 kill if they just all threw their spells down together, but
Oh, Tiny.
yeah,
Why is my mouse going mad?
Oh, he charges the creeps and Tiny just blinks in at the same time.
He has got backup though.
Nighttime
Oh,
vision.
my
Yeah,
mouse,
no,
man.
This Tiny should be 100% dead. No, they're not going for it. Nighttime vision is too scary. They're like, no, we're far ahead. We're just taking racks. Don't overextend. We're not all together.
Oh, Snapfire's got Greaves.
The direst elements are pelting Radiant's
Tiny's got
bottom
2 bracers and a blink.
Oh, these rotations aren't enough. Oh my god, how little damage are they dealing to this?
Puck's not got a lot. Blink and
Radiant's
point
fine,
booster.
tower is under attack.
Oof.
They're still deciding not to go bottom, even though they still have Vegas, right? No, they don't have Vegas.
No.
Am I stupid?
I think
Oh, no,
Sniper
it's not-
died.
Yeah.
Sniper had it, didn't he?
I can't even remember who had it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely on. It was definitely on Sniper.
Okay. Yeah, coming to the 30-minute mark, and yeah, I'm glad Shaman's pushing out the lanes. Again, the safest person to do it, but you gotta remember there is a spirit breaker in the game, so you kind of gotta just cue the wave and never really appear to just right click casually. But yeah, as soon as that shuffling goes out, I mean the ulti goes out, the Shaman knows that he's been charged. Glitch bites the dust. I mean, again, this tower is really low. Yeah, it would drop wards, but she could just blink up, ward the tower, and then TP out. Same with mid lane as well.
Bottom tower is under attack.
It's daytime now, so
Bottom tower has
a bit harder to get away with
fallen.
their shenanigans. Opting for the cleave tower, is that? And he pumps a cleave, I don't know how to feel about this, but yeah, all 3 of them converge on him. Dude's really far out. Managed to get signs before ulting, so this is just gonna be a hard feed. Managed to ult just before dying, and oh my god, they're not gonna see me. Actually gets graved. Razor comes in for the rescue. JK, he graved an Ilu. LOL. And a GG gets called.
Oh, GG called.
And that is the game. A 30-minute end.
Direst
Yeah.
elements are pelting Radiant's bottom
I was quite surprised the team just didn't help push for that last 2, but yeah. 2 really smooth games. First one a bit messy from both sides, to be honest. Could have been done a lot cleaner. But second game, oh, the spiciness is all for Monocle. A good shout out to his homie. I don't know if Monocle really feels the same way about Toffee, but I think that's the story of Toffee's life, really. He's always giving like just a bit too much. But
Oh, imagine Toffee feeling so happy about his game all game, and then you just shit on him right at the end.
That's just a bit of bants. I mean, yeah, he did well. He did well for those 2 games. I'd give him the MVP for sure. Mostly because he just did what he's meant to do. No one else really did anything
Yeah,
worthy. To be
I-
honest, so
I agree, especially more on his anti-mage game, where if he's unsure to blink in, he did the right thing and didn't. Like sometimes if you're hesitant on an anti-mage, you go, well, I'll blink in anyway.
but yeah, some good
Well,
stats. He
okay.
should have ended quite high. Yeah, 800 experience per minute. He did good there. Just under 700. Really nicely done on the Deucer. He took 2 early deaths, I think. I know he took 1 in the laning, but I don't know when his second death came. Oh, it should be about midway, just at the end of the laning phase. But yeah, he managed to recover quite well.
Yeah. And for me,
Again,
for the
yeah,
flaming
just like-
for the flaming marshmallow, they rotated once, killed Sniper once mid, and then never did it again. And for me,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
a
a-
mistake.
yeah.
They should have just kept that farming machine up and worked from that.
So you saw what happened bottom at the end, like just like I was saying. So like they caught the CK, all 3 of them. They blew coil, they blew all their spells, and CK like got down to pretty much 1%. And then all of a sudden, the Spirit Breaker with full HP turned up, and Medusa walks in, and they're like, "Oh, we have no resources to deal with this anymore," and they got run over. Obviously, by that point of the game, they were very, very far behind, but it's just something to consider. So, like, you do need to draft heroes that can chunk through HP and like are kind of like infinity fighters, right? Fighters that don't need a cooldown. Fighters kind of like a Spectre that can just keep running and charging, like a Slark, like a whatever. They just need to be able to keep pushing forwards, and they have to kill or be killed, sort of thing.
For sure,
versus
for sure.
trolls, etc. But they
Right.
didn't quite have it, and that's it. Scrim
Happy
Reapers
day.
walk
We do have
the
Scrim
block.
Reapers up in the chat. We'll go for an interview in a minute.
Oh, cool. Do you want to go now? We
Yeah,
just go now,
sure,
unless
for
you've got some
for
things
sure.
to say about the game.
No.
Ah,
I'm
cool.
happy to wrap
so
it up.
Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Did none of Flaming Marshmallows want to come?
No,
I don't
worries,
know.
man.
I haven't seen them in any of
People
the
had
Discords,
to go, so
but-
no game interviews.
Okay.
Smile.
All right, people.
Okay.
All right, feedback. Go on.
So,
Rip
so what,
us a
what,
new
what,
one.
what did it feel like having your illusion engraved there at the end?
Hey, man.
I control who lives or dies on this game. With my one death, I decide. Damn it!
That illusion did some fucking work. All right.
Not my choice.
Even when I died, that illusion still.
I looked at it. I
Yeah.
decided the illusion was more important than Hrogar, and I was correct. They immediately GG'd after I did it. I taunted, and we got the win. Big man flex.
Illusion MVP.
Yeah.
But on a serious note, it didn't feel great. GG, game sucks. Report Adam.
It made up
Harry,
for
I
the
thought you
god
said
tier
that.
graves you got in the middle, man, when you got yourself ward trapped twice.
Oh, that was sick though. Yeah.
I was sad because I literally just got the talent that gave you HP when I healed you, and I went, Rogar, come here, come up, and I'll grave you, and you went down and ulted, and I was like, hope for the best. Nope.
Sorry, Aaron, what were you saying?
There's nothing really noteworthy to say over the two games. It's just pretty.
Saying is like
pretty,
nothing. Like,
pretty simple.
we just sort of won. What's to say? Nothing really happened.
Yeah, we noticed that there was quite.
One second. I'm going to go to lobby 2 just to deal with the other team's games. So if you guys can just ask the team questions. Zach, I'm going to grab you.
I have no questions for you guys. Yeah, it's just.
Yeah, my question was involving Benton, which is unfortunate, but it was a fact.
He was less verbally abusive than normal, Mims. Which
It was the fact that
your first question.
He yelled at me once, but that's because I was under tier 4.
the enemy team seemed to rotate and kill Benton really early, and then never did it again. And I was me and Arrow were just like, why aren't they using this as like a farm?
They should have. They should have.
They were shook by seeing Dazzle in a game for the first time in like fucking 3 patches.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm sad that one fight I used my shard, didn't have time to see anyone turn into a chicken before I was then graving the wrong illusion, and then it was over and I didn't get to see the little chicken things.
Dude, that mate bot was so obnoxious, man.
I have a question for Adam.
Oh no.
Trient, first game, was that you pick or a captain pick?
I was captain pick, but I was like, pick what you need and I'll play it. And he picked something that I knew how to play, which I assume is because he knew it would be bad if he picked something like difficult.
All of Adam's heroes are captain's picks. Every time.
Yeah. Occasionally I'll be like, oh, what witch doctor, and I'll get what I get
You
told.
got Dazzle. You said you wanted to play Dazzle. We got Dazzle.
Yeah,
That was me.
Oh right.
I'll play whatever. You know, my hero pool is deep and broad, an ocean, Mims, for any of the other teams watching. So you know, it's fine. Whatever.
Is it an ocean as deep as a puddle?
No, it is a glorious, epic, wide range of heroes with great depth and skill. And I play like 4 heroes.
They call it the Mediterranean Sea.
Pick it and see.
It's the Dead Sea for where I die 50 times every game.
I have that about a rash I have.
You should.
Cool. Now we can shit talk again, boys.
MVP, I guess. Somebody.
I picked Toffee for mine, but
Yeah.
again, everyone just did bad. So
Yeah.
that's not bad. It's just, the game was played, you know. The game was just played. Like that was it.
Nothing.
The game was played.
Was
You're
there
the
any
winning
Dazzle
team of the
stuff?
games played. So
Was there anything in that Dazzle game I should have done differently? Like I know I missed a few stacks, which like pissed me off.
no, you did really good on the Dazzle game. I think it's the nature's game. Not nature's. What's his name?
Tree.
Tree. Yeah, you need to really take your time with your Qs, man. That Qs you cannot be missed ever.
Yeah,
ever. That's about it.
Yeah.
Other than
Yeah.
that, like maybe some positioning wise, you should have followed a bit more with your team, and then if you died, you died. Just accept the death.
And there was a little bit at the end
That's about
where
it.
Snapfire was ulting and you had a decision to make whether you saved Sniper or yourself, and you're like, "Well, he's coming at me. I'm saving myself," and left.
Yeah, so what I said in
It was the
comms
right
is,
choice.
I'm baiting it onto me and I'm going to grave myself, and I did, and he kept following me even afterwards, so it was the right decision.
Oh no, it was the right choice. But with hindsight, if they had gone on Benton and Benton died, I can imagine some.
Some flames would have been thrown.
He's just like, grave. It's on
Zach-
cooldown.
Messaged to say,
Cool
nice
down,
grave,
smile.
XD.
Oh man.
Are the other team playing?
Yeah, do you want to...
They should be. They had their first game when we were on the break for your second
Okay,
game.
guys. So, Ad,
Yep.
are you done being questioned? If so, I'd
Yeah,
like
yeah,
to
we're done, we're done.
volunteer you to go join Dan for his cast. If you
Sure.
yeah. So, as a heads up, Aaron, do you want to hear this or not?
No,
'Cause
no,
you-
no. I don't hear nothing. Here.
Okay, so cover your ears or something.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna definite thingy.
Cover your ears. He's wearing headphones.
All right. So, Call Us Daddy won game 1
Mhm.
against NDGR,
Oh.
and
Oh,
NDGR
nice.
got Viper and lost. So,
Ooh,
enjoy.
interesting.
How do I get
Nerds.
to the lobby?
I'm going to drag you.
Do you
there.
mind if I
Alright.
also join? Because I just want to watch the game.
Yeah, no problem, Johnny. You're welcome to go in. All right,
Cool. I don't think I can.
I'll pull. Yeah,
Oh, he's done.
cool.
Is Aaron